A massive thank you to all of our sponsors on the Suffolk Non-League show. Without their help and support this year, we would not have been able to have made the improvements that we have done to the show. Other than sponsoring one of our local sides, Grunsborough in the SIL, GBS are a family-run construction company in Ipswich operating nationwide with over 30 years experience in fire protection, diamond drilling, commercial building, health and safety and asbestos removal. Starling and Lock, a self-employed electrician since 1989 offering domestic work and certificates for people buying and selling houses, an NIC EIC member based in the Stowmarket, Suffolk area. All of the branding that you see on the Suffolk Non-League show comes from these guys at Matchday Marketing. They are a sports marketing and branding company helping enhance the image and profile of grassroots football and non-league clubs at a very low cost, utilising over 20 plus years in the game. All of the merchandise that is available with the Suffolk Non-League show has come from these guys at Your Shirts. They offer eye-catching, professional-looking garments for your business, team, club or organisation. They offer a range of printing methods to cover all individual costs. Doesn't matter if it's text, images or anything else that you require to look unique and stand out from the competition. These guys are creating our website and they can do the same for you. Clabber Creative are an agency based in Framlingham, Suffolk, offering fully managed football club websites. They are about giving your club a professional look, feel and ongoing support to maintain the site. Alpha Surveys, providing topographical and measured building surveys throughout East Anglia. If you are in need of quality surveys on any home improvements, contact Alpha Surveys on Instagram. Links for all of these companies will be in the description below. Go and check them out and tell them that DeeJam has sent you. Good evening, everybody. Hello and welcome along to another edition of the Suffolk Non-League show. We are once again live across YouTube, Facebook, Twitter and Twitch. And it's a very special occasion today. It is the big man Adam's birthday. Let's everybody round of applause and wish Adam happy birthday in the chat. How are you, mate? How's your day been? What have you been up to? Let us all know.
Chilling out, buying the wife a new car. Bit more chilling out. Job done.
just dropping buying a new car, just so flippantly.
The other car's at its end, so we need a new one. So yeah, we've been car shopping all weekend, really. So
right.
Thanks for all of the happy birthdays, though. Feeling the love today.
Yes.
Twitter's been absolutely lovely, and the chat already seems to be full of it as well. So
exactly.
As a thank you to you all later on. Everyone active in the comments, I've got a shirt to give away. It's a non-league shirt for Winchester City. I'll make sure James gets that wheel out and we'll get everyone's names on. We'll get some trigger points sorted out.
Yes,
we'll do that later on.
100%. Well up for that. But yes, I hope everybody is well. We'll get everyone's messages up in a moment because, as Adam said, they are all piling in, but yeah, absolutely.
You're going to be repeating yourself a lot here in this first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think I could well be, but that's absolutely fine. I've got no problem with that. So before we get too far into tonight's show, to let you know, as we always do on here, if you want to put any money towards the show tonight, if you want to get involved in any of the show, you can do so. The live super chat is now available next to the comment section on YouTube. If you click the $sign, any comment that you post in there, we have to read out. So whether or not you want to give a team abuse, if you want to dish out anything, if you want me to read out any sort of comment, get the super chat available. It really does help the show continue to grow. That would be massively appreciated as we go through tonight's live show. If not, we do say a massive thank you to everyone who has made one-off donations throughout this season. It really has been massively appreciated. If you want to do that in your own time, you don't have to appear on this graphic, as a number of people have done. If you want to remain anonymous, that is absolutely fine. Just go over to facebook.com/Suffolk Non-League Show. Or if you want to be like these absolute legends on the screen here, including our newest member, Don, absolute hero. If you want to sign up towards Patreon, it is a monthly amount you can put towards us. That would be absolutely massively appreciated as we get forward to the finals of all of our cup competitions. It's amazing. The moment the football starts returning, people start putting more towards the show. It's been absolutely fantastic, and we really, really do appreciate it. So yeah, a massive, massive thank you to everyone who's either done through Patreon or via Ko-fi throughout the show. Also, as well, if you wanted to purchase any of the Suffolk Non-League Show's merchandise, we have got hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and mugs available as well. So yeah, love that. Let's get some of your messages up on the screen here. Ben Moore, hi lads, hope you're both well. Happy birthday, Adam. Hope some of the ITFC announcements were a good present. Are you happy with what's been done so far? Let me know your thoughts.
Absolute end of an era. I don't care what people say about some of these players that have gone. Like, they've been mainstays and the beating heart of the team that's carried on. Ipswich has been a revolving door of players, and there's a few of them that through thick and thin have been there, be that good or bad, and it will take major signings to replace some of those that have gone today. I don't want to really single too many of them out, but the obvious ones, Skuse, Chambers, and to a lesser extent, but still on his day, Sears was a very good player, ravaged by injury, which really set the lad back at quite a young age.
What I do find hilarious about the whole thing, though, is that everyone's been crying out for Chambers to go the entire season. He's not good enough. He shouldn't be here. He's not good enough. And the moment he's released, oh, thanks so much, Captain. You've been absolutely amazing for us. We love you. It's like, just pick a side.
What annoys me is the fact that some people are saying, like, oh, town legend, all the rest of it. And people are now getting into an argument as to whether he deserves the status of legend, icon, or servant. I think is the three ways that people are going. And it's like, just get a grip. He's played for 9 seasons, nearly 400 appearances. Come on. Like,
yeah.
Tell me the last player that did that.
Definitely. Evening, gents. Great weekend of football with loads to discuss. Hope you're well and happy birthday, Keno. Shem, my man, it was good to see you on the weekend as well. You are slowly taking over Adam's role as my companion on these matchday experiences. And I need you to start turning up to a few games, mate. I need you to start turning up.
That's not going to happen anytime soon, I don't think.
Well, no, definitely. Alex, evening, chaps. Happy birthday, Adam.
Yes, Alex.
Matchday Marketing. Evening, gents. Happy birthday, Adam. Ben, also evening. Happy birthday. Ryan Gardner, happy birthday, evening. Kit Designers Open. Let's get some teams in there. We've already got the first one, Woodbridge and Ipswich Wanderers, and we've also got Trimley. Has Trimley been done? Trimley's been done, hasn't it?
I thought Trimley had been done when I saw it on there, but
pretty sure they have been done. But yeah, we've got Woodbridge and we've got Ipswich Wanderers. Love that. Good evening, happy birthday, Adam, says Slim, and shout out for Slim on his radio appearances. That's right.
Yeah, he's got a radio show on. He's going to absolutely kill me now. It's Rendlesham Community Radio is on, and he's hosting Life of a Pigskin. He has given me he hasn't given me the details when I spoke to him. I think it's Wednesday nights. Alex, just get it in the chat. Take over, mate.
Yeah, get it in.
Get it in there. We're more than happy for you to advertise what you're doing. I've got a lot going on at the minute, and I've forgotten what day it's on, which is absolute jokes. It is Wednesday, 8 till 10, focusing on SIL football and all that's going on. I have given a few episodes a listen, and it's good. It's good to get a bit more coverage on the SIL.
100%. Evening, gents. Happy birthday, Adam, from James Bloomfield. James Redmond, happy birthday. Jack Owen, evening, gents. Happy birthday, Adam. Luke Gifkins, happy birthday. Can we sing happy birthday, please? I did get a rendition before we went live, and Adam found it a bit cringeworthy, so I'm not sure if we can do it again. So
if Luke wants the link to come on and sing it by himself as a solo appearance, I'm sure we can drop that to him.
If anybody wants a link to come on and sing Adam a happy birthday, let me know. Do you know what? Sod it. I'm going to post it into the chat now.
I'm literally going off camera if anyone actually comes on and does this. It's a bit absolute joke.
There you go. The link is available. If anybody wants to come on and sing Adam a happy birthday, it's going in the chat right now. Connor Ellis, evening. Get that Barnard wheel out for the kit, says Shem. I'm currently wearing the top I won, and it feels good. That bloody wheel again, but I'm always loving a competition, says Ben. The wheel's got to be done, my friend. Wheel's got to be done. Happy birthday, says Sean. Stuart, evening, gents. Happy birthday, Adamski. Ipswich Town. Thank God that season is over.
Finished it on a good way, though.
Yeah, well,
nice
they
way
did
to finish it off.
They did, to be fair. How many people predicted that? We will find out later on in the show. Sean is here. Evening, lads. Happy birthday, Adam. Brandon Town. There we go. We have our 3. Love that. So we got.
That's
Brandon?
A really different one as well. Cheers,
like
James.
It. Yeah, like it, James. Well done. So we've got Brandon, Woodbridge, and Ipswich Wanderers. 3 really good options there. So Stu, get your magical hands working, my friends. Get going with it.
I haven't actually told Stu this, but I actually had a company contact me that watched our show, and they provide mystery boxes and said that they would be interested in buying a stock of the Debenham shirt if it got put into production to distribute in the mystery boxes. So if you ever underestimate the power of a kit and what income it could bring into your club, there you go.
There you go. Like that. Wednesday, 8 p.m. What was this about? I must have asked something.
That's Alex.
Oh, there we go. I was going to say we've moved on quite a bit from that. Maverick UK, hi all. Hope you're doing well, my
Good
man.
to have you in, Maverick.
Thanks for the shout out. Yes, Life of a Pigskin, 8 till 10. We're on Facebook too, and I go live on my Facebook as well. So add me on Facebook. There we go. So lots of happy birthdays on screen for Adam. Thanks for everyone for getting involved in that, and also who've been sending him birthday messages throughout the day on Twitter as well. Really, really do appreciate it. Right, Adam, let's get into the show. We've got a few items to go through and unpack. We had the announcement earlier on today from number 10 that the rules are changing. We are allowed to hug each other, but that's not the main thing. But I thought that was quite a funny headline. I saw lots of people saying we can now hug each other like it was some sort of massive achievement. But I suppose that will be a lot of comfort to some people, especially during these past few months. But Adam, are you looking forward to our hug when we do eventually meet up?
We've put all of this together and done all of this through 40 episodes and not had a single celebratory hug.
It's true. That's true, actually. Yeah, we haven't, have we?
There you go.
So I'm looking forward to that. We should get it on camera. We should do a live hug. Somehow, I don't know how, but we should do it.
We came up with that idea of you getting a second desk in my office and us doing one big studio in here, which is possible, but it's a viable plan.
Yeah, definitely. So we had the announcement which from number 10, but what does it mean from a football perspective? Here are the key bits of information to dissect from the announcement earlier on today. So as of Monday, the 17th of May, fans can return at all levels, but more importantly for our level of the game, it is capped at 4,000 fans or up to 50% of a capacity. So we can now see a lot of clubs from our area, if they decide to have any friendly matches between now and when the season does officially end towards the end of May, then clubs can reopen their doors and allow fans in, which is absolutely fantastic news. Bars and clubhouses can be used indoors in groups of up to 6 or for 2 households, which again is fantastic. If clubs want to use that as part of a revenue stream for the last few weeks, get a little bit of money in the kitty, fantastic. The option is now available. Indoor adult football can be played. Changing rooms can be used following strict COVID-19 protocols, and people can meet in groups of up to 30 outdoors. So if you and 29 of your mates want to go down and watch a football match, you are well within your rights to go and do so nowadays. Adam, I know it's a little bit too late for this season, but your overall thoughts on that?
Oh, it's massively positive.
Yeah,
it's huge. I mean, I'm sure that for the cup finals, there's going to be some sweating about the 50% attendance, because I don't genuinely between Furlong. Which way am I? I'm this way. I'm going for Sun. I think with a couple of highly followed teams, 1,000 people through the gate when no one's been able to go and see football for a while, I think it would be possible. I think grounds would have a capacity of around 2,000. We don't know where the finals are going to be played yet, but if it is at a local non-league ground, say Stowmarket hosted, it'd be incredible for the club. But with two highly followed teams and that big spike in the fact we can go back to football, for a final, I think we could do well. Like like when those games are played at like Portman Road and stuff. Like I know there's a bit of a draw because it is at Portman Road, but there's big crowds turn up. So it's the right decision at the right time. I think we're talking sensible numbers, not like capped at 150 or whatever it was last time, wasn't it? For a couple of test events, and everyone felt that we're having to sell virtual tickets and all over the place. But I think it's amazing. It's like if you bring that slide up, like you can find a real strong positive in loads of that, like the bars and the clubhouses. How much have we been complaining about the secondary income? This opens it up massively. So there's another massive positive for the finances there, on top of the fact that you can get a real good gate through for the remaining few games. Adult indoor football we don't really cover, but I'm sure people have missed it all the same. Changing rooms. We're all sick to the back teeth of the fact that we had to change in gazebos and tents and beach tents, whatever else we could chuck up around the edge of a pitch. That's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. The COVID-19 protocols, we know from the chat and we know from feedback, they're not easy to follow, but it's incredible that it's there. Meeting people in groups of up to 30 outdoors. Well, I have to leave sort of several people at home, I guess, but you can't go wrong, can you? We could have a meet up, but we'd have to be in groups of home and away, I guess.
Yes, that's true.
30 on one side and 30 on the other.
I think the most important thing for me, as you said, is coming at the right time where we're now getting up to the semi-final stages and the final stages of the cup competitions in this area, and to really make we're not going to go overboard, and we're not going to get everyone gathering all in one place and absolutely ramming the kitchens, and the bar areas are going to be absolutely packed of all these places. But to get the right mixture and to get that real feel-good factor for what has been a very difficult season for a lot of clubs at non-league football, let's make those occasions, the semi-finals and the finals of the Suffolk Cup, the Junior Cup, the Primary Cups, all the reserve cups. Let's really make them a big spectacle. Let's
use
really
that word, though, haven't you? It can be a big occasion now.
Yeah,
it's not behind closed doors. Cup finals are meant to be that pinnacle of players' careers. Like they're the things that you look back on and. Yeah, they can be remembered in the right way. Okay, it's going to be slightly different, but this is so good for Suffolk football, Norfolk football, Essex football. It's amazing.
Yeah, really pleased with it. I'm excited. As I said, it just makes it into a far bigger spectacle. It's just nice because the amount of times I'm having to go to games at the moment and people are like, oh, do you want me to sign you up to be on our club just so I can get you entry in and all this kind of stuff. We don't have to worry about any of that anymore. We can literally just turn up and, we're away, which I think is great.
We don't have a problem with SIL, but this means we can go to whatever we want.
Yeah,
and not just us. Anyone can go to whatever game they want that's on.
Yeah,
and I think some clubs in the cup competitions have been a little bit hard done by because of it. There's been a few big meets that have been Step 6 equivalent, and no one's been able to watch them. I'm sure those games were not quite the same as they would be had they have had 100 fans each side sort of roaring them on at that stage of the cup like you'd normally expect. So
exactly.
It's great for local football. It really is.
But that's the thing. This Saturday, and Shem will back me up on this because he was stood right next to me for the majority of the game. The difference of having spectators there on Saturday's match, like there was a whole contingency worth of Bilderston fans that were stood there on the sideline, really cheering them on every single opportunity and really giving them that motivation. I can tell you, it did make a big difference to the players because they can all feel it. They can all feel the atmosphere on the sideline. So
go and look at the celebrations. Go and look at the celebrations. That tells the story.
Yeah, moving forward, this can now be right. We've had a difficult time. Let's celebrate it in style, though. Let's go out with a bang and really push on for next year. Now we now know where we're heading. There is some light at the end of the tunnel, which is the news that we can all go to these games. That's it. Let's go full throttle into next season and really make a good go of it. I'm excited. I said I think it's going to be. It'll make for a far better video anyway, regardless of where I go. From my perspective,
can I put you on the spot a little bit? And I think I'd be happy to have the chat's involvement in this. Some clubs, with the fact that you couldn't access grounds and that, said that they weren't going to play any friendlies if they were out of cups and that, and they'd finish. Now you can get people in the ground and in the clubhouse. Do you believe that there'll be a small raft of friendlies organised for the next 4 weeks?
Yes.
And would you see some movement in Suffolk and Norfolk football in terms of teams wanting to get some pitch time?
Yeah. No, I don't even think it necessarily means. I don't really think people might be doing it for the on the pitch stuff. I think people will just be glad that they can actually open up their doors to their fans and let people back in. So yes, I can see a lot of clubs organising friendly matches now.
Yeah.
As a result, definitely, 100%. And as I said, some of the games I've been to already would have been a far better occasion if the bar had been open afterwards. Do you know what I mean? So this is all going to be. It's all going to work towards something really big. So yeah, I think there will be.
It's been a long time since we were able to go and sit in a bar and have a chat with some players and some managers after we've watched a game.
Yeah,
a long time.
Yeah.
And it'll just be nice to have that contact with people and have a laugh. And for us, it's about networking, but for other people, it's actually a really nice side.
Social side of it, definitely. James Redmond, great opportunities to get new fans in for the finals. There's not much else on. Exactly. For the finals, people have really got to be hammering this on social media as much as they possibly can. If you haven't used it for ages, now is the time to really ramp up your social media usage.
Get active tomorrow morning.
Get those people back in whilst we can, because start of next season, who knows how many fans are going to be allowed back into Portman Road, to Carrow Road, to the Western Homes community, all that kind of stuff like that. We don't know what the capacity limits are going to be, but those audiences are going to go back to what they know. So now, strike while the iron's hot, while we've got a couple of weeks on them. So
we already know that we're going to lose 250 football fans to the Western Homes Community Stadium every week. So,
Joel, if you're in the chat, I apologise for Adam's comments. Jack Owen, welcome news. It's a little too late, but let's hope a step closer to a smooth season from August onwards. Yeah, I know Mold Barton with their Vars games that they've had at home could have really done some massive things in terms of their club, but unfortunately, it is what it is. And like I said, it's what we do now moving forward. It's just the most important thing. Yeah. Evening, lads. Here the Barnard Wheel is going on. Evening, mate. Hope you're good. We
need to come up with a code word that everyone can put in the chat that we can quickly lift.
Yes.
Can I copy and paste out of the chat? I can.
I think you can, yeah. Being manager at Westerfield for a season and a half now, I'm looking forward to my first team talk and a change of reps, says Adam. That just sums it up, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? That really does just sum it up. Psychic
wants some doors to destroy and some whiteboards to throw around when he gets a bit angry with the team, doesn't he? That's the difference.
Suffolk non-league show cup. Oh, we could make that happen.
We could make it happen. We could
make it happen. We'll talk. We'll talk. Shem, yes, we're already looking at that as clubhouses will be opening, which is awesome. Great. Ben Moore, doesn't matter what level fans make a difference. It's great to see. I assume games will be put on now. Friendly matches, I would have thought so. Look, again, we'll kind of watch this space on social media over the next few weeks and see who does decide to open up and who doesn't.
If Alex is still in here, I don't know if Guy's in here. He does sometimes drop in. Debenham released a series of fixtures, I believe, today.
They did,
and I think that they're looking at a start date in June, I'm guessing.
Let me see if I can get it on there.
Are you still in here, Alex, at the moment? Possibly not.
See if I can get this up on the screen here.
It'd be good to share it, though. It's great to have an early announcement.
Yeah, they're already on it. So, yeah, Mildenhall, Witton United, Ransoms, Harwich and Parkston, UEA. Whatever. And Hadley United as well. So, yeah, all the way from the 3rd of July all the way up to the 27th. So right up until the point of
season starts the week after, doesn't it?
Brilliant. Love that.
So it's a good varied.
Good prep.
Yeah,
Good prep by them, to be fair.
it's a good
Really.
varied list of fixtures as well.
There you go. Always here, mate. Love that. Love
But
it.
no, decent. Like should be good.
Yeah, definitely. So well done to Debenham on that respect. We've got Slim 100% preseason will probably start a little sooner as well, which is a very good point. We've got the 3rd of July for Debenham, but who knows who will start there.
Keep us posted about Ufford, Slim.
Yeah. Massive win for my boys on Saturday in their win. Nicely done. Adam,
done.
I messaged you dates of the start of the SIL season.
Am I allowed to share those if you do send them to me? Just make sure you put us whether or not it's classified if you do send me anything.
Yeah, definitely. Maverick, I've missed a pint after a game, not the same pulling a warm pint from the boot of a car. which is very valid. Very valid. Yes, boys done big test Saturday. Wolverhampton first team on that. Love that. I've ordered 6 extra whiteboards for pre-season alone. Adam says Adam Potter.
Lovely.
Sidekicks. The semi-finals are at neutral venues as well for the Cubs. Good to get fans following the games. Shame there's no Friday dates. There'll be plenty before November, I'm sure. Yeah. It'll be very interesting to see who takes advantage of the Friday night games. I think a lot of clubs will start doing that moving into next season. It does make sense.
We've already heard about the front loading of the season. So there's the possibility of a winter break there, but really good opportunity to spread the word early on, get people on board with the club and get people in quickly and start growing it all out.
As James now struggles to pronounce Harwich correctly, are the Wenneston friendly fixtures out yet? It's up there with the Witnesham Wasps and the like.
Good times. I can't wait to host a second show a week, which is just ABC with James.
God, can you imagine? Jesus Christ. How am I a host of anything? It's unbelievable.
It's the fact that you play so much Football Manager and football teams and player names that elude you quite often. It just makes me die.
I just look at a name and I kind of make it up on the spot. Whatever kind of works in my head, then I'm just like, yeah, all right, fair enough. We'll go with that. As What's you next? Know from my Timu Pookie.
What's next, James?
Yes, exactly. Evening, Irv. Hope you're doing well.
Irv, I've been asked to ask something about you actually before we go on any further.
I have as well. I have been asked, whatever you do tonight, please ask Irv about him parading in just his boxer shorts yesterday afternoon in the Vets game. # priceless. Need to hear about this, Irv. Get it in the chat, my man. Get it in the chat.
It's interesting because there's a photographer there as well, so I don't know if there's any evidence.
Really interesting. Very interesting. So we've had that announcement, which is absolutely fantastic. We also do have a bit of an update in terms of the upward movement for clubs at step 5 and step 6. May the 3rd was the closing date for all invited clubs. The FA is now going to spend this week considering the applications, and we should be hearing an announcement from the 17th of May onwards. So next week, if there have been any clubs from this area who have decided that they don't want to, for whatever the reason may be, to go up, etc., I haven't heard any news or any rumblings about clubs not going up from this particular area. I know 1 or 2 around the country have decided they don't want to go up as a result of this, but I think it's pretty much set in stone, but we will have an official confirmation hopefully at some point during next week. So there is that to look forward to as well. Adam, I don't suppose you probably haven't heard any sort of announcements, have you?
No rumblings. I just know that obviously the clubs that were allocated, I believe, in the local area all went for it. And we'll wait and see. It's going to be interesting when it all gets announced because it's been 2 long, hard seasons. And I say that knowing that we haven't played 2 seasons worth of fixtures.
No,
there's a lot of effort has gone in so far for seemingly no reward for some people. And if anything, I look forward to a restructure which sees teams and leagues freshened up.
Yes.
That's my position on it. I believe leagues now need freshening up because a third season of those same fixtures, same challenges. All right, teams will strengthen. Some teams will get weaker. Players will get older. New younger ones will come in, but it needs a bit more impetus from somewhere else. I don't mean that in a negative way at all.
No, but from a
come across negative.
From a fan's perspective, from a neutral's perspective, people who are looking to look at certain games that they want to go to, you do want to see a bit of things freshening up, and movements and stuff like that. And it'll be interesting to see teams who have gone up, how they pit and fare against the teams higher up in divisions and stuff like that. So yeah, it will be nice, and it will be good to see a bit of a change in the league formats and who's playing who, etc. So yeah,
I know we've spoken a bit about Wanderers before. Steve may be in tonight, but there's going to be a lot of passion and energy in that league from his part in him getting promoted next season. And I cannot wait to see how other teams rise to that challenge because he's put it out there. And in a similar way to what Stowe put it out there for what they want to achieve a couple of seasons ago, and it didn't happen because of everything, at the time, they became that cup game for every team. Every team wanted to play differently against them. And I do look forward to seeing how that league plays out. I made no secret of the fact that Step 6 was the league I most enjoyed watching.
Yeah.
Sort of, last season at least. So I am excited about that again, just to 100%. See what that brings. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of player movement. After all, Freddie Steers, Cole Skuse and Chambers are available.
That's the thing. If Cambridge or Colchester are not going to snap them up, there's a chance for some of our local teams to get involved. Get on the DMs, boys. Get on the DMs.
Just imagine it.
Yeah, I'm sure people will be.
A fist pump at the T-Hut end at Wanderers.
Definitely. So those are the two news items that we have from the. It's not really been a huge amount kind of going on now because obviously everyone's kind of winding down towards the end of the season. But we do have the big breaking news, as I said, that we are going to be allowed to return to football matches, which is great. We'll find out more next week in terms of the official confirmation. We'll go through that in a bit of detail at some point. But let's move on to the results and the cup draws that have been made for the Senior Cup, the Junior Cup, and also the Primary Cup. Just see if there's any other comments that people want to do. Do you think the SIL should do a restructure of the leagues and scrap interleagues and bring them in different divisions?
I've been for this for ages.
I would love to see a restructure. I would love to see. I actually, do you know what? I think it might be interesting if myself and Adam, if we tried to sit down and actually look at because of SIL teams and the fact that they do need to play on weekends, how much realistic fixtures could you cram into a season? So is there the possibility that you could expand the league and get more teams in the top and more teams in the first division? I'm not sure, but I don't know. I think it might be interesting. It might be an interesting concept, but I don't know. What do people think?
I would absolutely love that to happen and for it to become a more single structure type thing. I'm not sure there's one chamber. I think that it's convoluted at the moment. I think Div 4, then you've got the A, B, and C. It's just all a nonsense. Like, let's just make a nice steady stream. Pack the leagues out a little bit. Let's not have odd numbers of teams. Let's make sure everyone can play and not have rest weeks. It's not the NFL. Like, do you know what I mean? Let's get it done and do it properly. Yeah. But what do we need to do to make that happen? We need to speak to someone on here from the SIL to understand why it hasn't happened. That's an open invite.
Yep, 100%. Maverick just simply says no. That just says on that. Dan Snell, SIL is the only Step 7 league I can think of where reserve teams aren't part of the main divisions. It's a very interesting point, actually. Very interesting point, because obviously we saw Felix Stowe's what is now no longer their reserve teams, but also I think it's their under 21s, isn't it? They've changed it to now, or is it the under 23s? I'm not sure.
Under 23s, I believe it's designed as a development side, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, their development side is now in the Essex and Suffolk Border League, which is smart. I mean,
it's not a league we know much about, is it?
But could that potentially be an option? Because obviously we're talking about the Furlough Non-Reserve League. Potentially, we don't know what's going to be going on with that. There seems to be less and less involvement in that year by year. Is there a potential that maybe SIL could allow them in? I don't know. I mean,
I believe the Furlough Non-Reserve League has got some room to manoeuvre. It's the under 18 league that worries me, and that's where I think maybe moving some of those development squads into the SIL, get them playing Saturday football, senior football, it'd be good for them.
Yeah, I think it's,
and it means you don't lose players as easily.
Yeah,
if you make those under 23 squads and can nurture those players and start pulling them through to the reserve league and start pulling them through to the first team where the structure allows, I think it'd be a great thing. I think it'd be a great thing for players' confidence. It'd be a great thing to show that there's a pathway. It'd do people the world of good to know what way their football career can go. And it doesn't mean they have to stay with the same club, but to know that other clubs have got that similar pathway in place that they can follow and can transfer across to. I think it'd be really good. I think there'll be some gems in there that get lost.
Yeah, definitely. Dan has put on here more divisions. Shem, it won't happen as it changed. I'm not entirely sure what
he means is that they're completely reluctant to change anything at the SIL level.
Okay, there we go. There is no solution to Div 1 being packed down to mid-table with reserve teams. Dan has put, but there are some good teams in Inter A that can compete with Div 1 and Div 2. Paul Kitson, SIL AGM is in June. Any ideas / changes need to be looked at now. No reason we can't. It's a good shout.
Right, there we go.
Yeah.
How do we speak to us afterwards, Paul? Is that Paul? Can we put it forward? We'll be putting forward a change. Everyone will hate us and we'll get no subscribers.
Standard.
A couple of lads on the internet screw up the SIL for good. Brilliant.
The amount of people are pissed off this year. What's a few more? Who cares? I mean, Jesus Christ! I've been to a couple of games recently where I've been told I'm not allowed to give my opinion. Only Adam can, as I'm meant to be neutral. It's like, Jesus Christ. I got absolutely slaughtered. What was it? What was the one I got slaughtered for recently? Oh yeah, because I said Sporting would win the Junior Cup. I mean, Christ. Am I not allowed to give an opinion? Apparently not.
I'm meant to be the outlandish one here.
Yes, you're the Roy Keane, and I'm who's the guy that presents the normal Super Sundays.
You're like, what's his face? The Jake, what's his face? The Norwich supporter.
Jake Humphrey.
That's absolutely useless. Yeah.
Aye, leave Jake Humphrey alone.
See, again, you like him because he's a Norwich fan, but he's just a bit wet. He's inexperienced. he likes his Formula One more than his football, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. We've got Ipswich Town. How do Needham and Sudbury reserves play in the Furlough None first team and not in the reserve leagues? That would be a question I'd need to ask somebody from. I'm sure somebody will know.
Okay, so if you are in the Furlough None Prem, you're not allowed to have a team in the first division because you're within the Furlough None structure. So when your team break out of the Furlough None structure, you can then, dependent on whatever the rules are and getting up, I don't know if you have to win the Furlough None Reserves League, but you can then apply to go across to the Furlough None First Division. Someone in the chat will know far better than me what the criteria are for moving your team across, but that is at that point you can do it. So Felixstowe were able to do it when they got promoted, and they've subsequently made a different change, which is what we've just spoken about, and that's going to be how things go on. And then I think Needham and Leiston, they've done it for ages, haven't they? Kings Lynn are even in there, for goodness sake. I know they've gone through the divisions pretty quickly, but they're all good,
James has put, you have to be 2 divisions apart. Alex has put on here, Felixstowe reserves only went up to Furlough None 1 when the first entered step 4. So
that's only been 3 years then, hasn't it? They haven't been there that long.
No. No, this is it. Jamie King, this was put forward a few years ago, but got voted out by a lot of teams who didn't want the league to be bottlenecked by the senior team reserve team, which...
So are we voting things out through fear that we can't progress because other teams are better than us? I'm absolutely worried.
Can't compete.
Because if you can't compete, that's the idea of a league. That's what a league sorts out.
I do get it, because how many times do you see it where the first team aren't playing, so they would just shove all of their first team into the reserves, and all of a sudden we'll go, oh bloody hell!
Yeah, but if you
team's won 7-1, how have they done that? And you think,
if you put a registration issue on it, like you can only play so many players over the age of 23, like you would do anything else, it would stop it. You use it as the development sides can go in there, or the reserves. Like ultimately, after a few seasons, it would sort itself out. Yeah. We need to be more accepting of change and not continually vote against it, but then year after year say this is an issue, or this feels too separate, or we don't feel integrated. Because at some point, someone's going to have to agree to break the norm. Yeah.
No, that's a valid point. Paul Kitson, change is good. I'm all for it. Contact us after the show, mate. What have I missed? Quite a lot, to be fair. You support Norwich. Of course, you can't have an opinion. Cheers, mate. Appreciate that.
Keep that attitude up, Potts.
I think it would be good if you boys get invited to these meetings. At least they can then tell you why and how things are happening. I would be well up for it. I've offered my services a lot in the past few years. I would love to come along to one of these meetings, see what happens. Just to, even if it is literally just to gain some knowledge and just sit there and be quiet. I'd absolutely love to just sit there and kind of understand people's
seat at the table. That's all we need to be able to then better communicate. Because we've kind of crafted a platform in our own gift that we can actually speak about those changes and then speak with confidence as to why they don't happen. Because it's all right me sitting here saying people need to maybe put up with the fact that there've been new challenges, but there may be genuine underlying reasons that are far more complex to it, and it would change my opinion completely because I could reason with it. In my head, I'm just thinking people don't want tough competition.
But this is the thing. Like, we invite people onto the show. Like, we'll put the link into the chat, and people can come on as and when they want to, and we invite guests on, and they can have their one-on-one opinion. But unless we're actually in a room having that conversation with more than just the one person, then, do you know what I mean? Like, we need to be able to have that kind of conversation and that open dialogue to then bring it back to you guys here and to say, look, this is what we found, this is what we've been told, and now
what
based on all of that, we've made an informed decision. This is what we now think. Because at the moment, we are literally just spitballing ideas to try and potentially change some stuff up. But, you know, as I said, we want to be involved in those conversations. We would love to be involved in those conversations. We've put our names out there. It's up to other people to invite us along now.
For James's benefit, everyone knows that his highlights, he loves a goal. He loves to record a goal. So, you know, my proposition would be to make the goals 4 times as big so he captures more goals. So match day experiences, I've got even more action in them. But I don't think that will ever pass.
No. Jesus. It's taken me long enough to edit the videos as it is, let alone if they're 4 times bigger. Dan says, bring back the senior status. Dan Snell, I agree the reserve team should be part of the main divisions, but it always gets voted out when a Div 2 team realised that they'd be playing in Div 4. If only it would only work if league brought back senior status.
Is that hard to do? Like, I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah. That's it. Ipswich. So how does that work with Coggeshall and Coggeshall United? They are technically the same team. Well, because they're registered under a different name, technically they're kind of free to be able to do what they want.
Yeah, they're not. They aren't the same team, but I understand what he's saying.
Because do you remember Team Berry?
Yeah,
that tried to enter into Div 4, but then people quickly found out that they were actually associated to Berry Town, and then they got kicked out, didn't they, into the intermediate seas or whatever it was a couple of years ago. Maverick, it was more viable when you had player status, but now it's been removed at insistence of the FA.
See, this is the thing, that you couldn't. Senior status is an FA issue, and we're talking about issues that are at league level. So there's a point where we would never be able to impact something at FA level. I don't think. I mean, if we could, we'd probably. That's the point when we'd be quitting our jobs. But there's something locally could possibly be implemented, I'm sure.
Probably not when it's a universal thing. That's the problem. If you do kind of regionalize it, I don't know. I don't think it would work. Psychic, surely they can look at other regions and see how they're working or not working. I think a few things need to be implemented. One, senior status. Two, scrap the sim bin. Oh, 100% behind number two.
Two's not going to ever happen.
No, 100%. Adam Potter, bring back senior status. Different name, completely different committee, ground sharing agreement, all legit. I'm guessing that's in reference to the Coggeshall comments earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
That's the status of players on Sunday League. I do believe it is still used on Sundays as well. And we've had a comment here from Sim. DeeJam, you was my favourite until I just heard you say Sporting will win the Cup. Falcons all the way. Bromance over. Yeah, no, this is the thing. I said it.
Unsubscribe.
I got crucified for it, but there we go. It's we move on. Jack Owen, can't be too difficult as it happens in Norfolk. Yeah, again, I'd love to be able to I'd love to be part of these conversations, so at least we're in the know, rather than just speculating and spitballing. But I'm up for it. We just need an invite. So if anybody knows people, get in contact, make it happen, people.
Can we trigger the competition for the shirt now, so we've got time to copy and paste onto the wheel?
Yes, go for it.
So we've got a football shirt to be won. It's a Kappa, which is very tasty, and red and black. It's Winchester City. All you need to do is enter. What shall we say? Into the chat. Type shirt into the chat. You've got 5 minutes.
There you go. I took a couple of swigs of water. I thought you might carry on that sentence.
No, just type shirt just to be in with a chance to win, and then we'll get it all put on a wheel and spin it up.
Oh, Jesus.
So whatever platform you're on, shirt into the chat. We'll get that on a wheel. We'll give it a spin, and we'll see who's going to be... I'm going to see who's the first person to misspell shirt.
How am I supposed to keep up with this? Jesus. Hell.
Oh, look at the stress he's under. Look at it. That's a birthday present in itself, seeing James this flustered.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Really appreciate that. Let's get people's names in. Come on, then. Christ above us. We're going to be here for ages. Talk amongst yourselves for a few minutes, everyone.
All you need to do is copy and paste them as they've come in.
You can't, though.
Why not?
Because it doesn't allow you to copy and paste people. If you've got the option of being able to copy and paste, you can give it a go if you want.
All you do is highlight their name, right click, and press copy, James. This is now it's gone from ABC with James to basic IT with James.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Do you know what you need, James? You need that mouse that we've bought you that's sitting at my house.
It doesn't work. I'm telling you, it doesn't work.
What's the website?
Wheelofnames.com. Go for it.
James can keep things exciting and spicy.
Oh, dear me.
I'll use my turbo typing.
Why have I entered that bloody wheel? Because you love it, Dan. Because you love it. That's why you've entered, my man. That is why you've entered. Look at all of these. Look at all of this.
Yeah, it works fine, James. You're moaning about nothing, mate.
No, it does not. It does not. Christ above, what have you done? I like how you've done it at the optimum point when there's so many people in the chat, which is absolutely.
Of course I have. I want more and more people to have a go at this.
Pressure pot is cooking. I'm out. I'm done. I'm leaving it up to Adam, mate. I'm not getting involved with this. Dean, well, I'm late. Sorry. Hope all is well and happy birthday, Adam. And he's also got involved by saying shirt. Dean, don't worry about it, my friend. Hope you're good. Bart's in the building. Good evening, mate. Hope you're doing well. After your exploits this weekend, my man. Well done. Well done indeed. Shem asks, what did you get for your birthday, Adam?
I have got some money. Some things for the barbecue.
Nice.
I want to get myself. I want to get myself a new controller for my PC. So, absolute geek.
Nicely done. Ipswich Town asks, who are Winchester City?
Google it.
Wow.
So So the shirt has been provided through Non-League Vlogs, who are a new YouTube channel. Whilst we're doing this, I'd recommend people actually no, because then you're going to switch off, aren't you? Write it down as something to do when we're finished. Do you know what? We've been doing this for a while, and we're getting really good and slick at it. But sometimes we're so rubbish.
Yeah, I wouldn't say rubbish, but
I would.
Need polishing. Psychic says, I guess they're a football club from Winchester.
That's a great shout.
Yeah, well, yeah, very true. Whilst Adam's doing this, shall we move on to the results from this weekend and the cup draws that have been going on? Because you're going to be a while.
I'll tell you, you talk through that, because then I won't offend anybody when I comment on results like I normally do.
Oh, I'm sure you will, mate. I'm sure you will.
Okay.
I'll get you involved. So here are some of the results from this weekend. We start off with the Suffolk Senior Cup, the quarter-final results from this weekend. We had Trimley 0, Bilderston 2, which was the game that I was at. If you haven't seen the matchday highlights, then make sure you check that out after tonight's live stream. Highlights from that game. Halesworth 0, Ipswich Wanderers 3, Lakenheath 4, Beccles 2, AFC Sudbury Reserves 2, Framlingham 3. Now, in these games, I don't know if you kept an eye on what was going on over the weekend, Adam, but
absolutely not. No.
So I think from what I remember, and Shem will correct me in the comment section, I'm sure, is that Framlingham were 2-0 down against Sudbury Reserves. They then went on to win 3-2, but the moment the third goal went in, Sudbury Reserves got 2 players sent off. Right. They kind of lost their heads a bit. So 2-0 up at half-time, losing 3-2, then they get 2 men sent off. Absolutely incredible by the sounds of things. And again, Lakenheath, I believe they were 2-0 down against Beccles and go on to win 4-2. So a brilliant comeback by them. Ipswich Wanderers, we see progressing through to the next round. A very good 3-0 win, but apparently was a really close game.
Right.
It was quite a close game, apparently.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Fram and Lakenheath come back, says Shem. Team from the pub will go. We all go to wait for the whole thing to blow over. Yeah, like that. Dan Snell, Wanderers, very comfortable Saturday. Let us know, mate, because from what I heard, it was actually a relatively even game. But I'm sure you'll know if you were there. Let us know what the game was actually like. But yeah, cracking cup ties to Shem. Some of them on paper looks absolutely fantastic. They really, really did. Nigel Cobbold, well done, Bilderston. We are right behind you, boys. Good luck, Hawley United Football Club. Like that. That's some good. Obviously, with this result now, that now means that Bilderston are the sole representatives from the SIL.
Lovely to have them still involved this late on, though.
Sorry?
Lovely to still have them involved this late on.
Yeah, definitely. Love to see a cup that includes teams from other nearby counties, i.e. Norfolk and Essex, to see the difference in standards between us. Yeah, potentially. Yeah. So, Adam, any standout result from that one? Anyone that kind of caught your eye? Just by, I know you're in a bit of still doing a lot of stuff, but
well, it's like I said, I wasn't keeping an eye on things, but I did catch on Twitter, like despite the fact I was out and very busy, the Sudbury Framlingham game. That sounded like the one where the drama was, but can we just say, like Beccles they're 2-0 up, weren't they, at half time? Then the second half, wasn't it all second half?
Yeah.
Now that's a slow start, but to come back with 4 in the second half, like, you've got to give them credit. Beccles are going to feel absolutely devastated, aren't they?
I have to admit, when I saw the score from the Beccles game and I heard they were 2-0 up, having watched Lakenheath the previous week, I did think that was them done, because they were really good against Hawley, but just couldn't finish the game off, which is why I went to penalty. So when I heard they were 2-0 down, I did think, that's kind of curtains for them now. They'll be out of this competition. But fair play to them. 4 goals. Great turnaround. Really, really impressive. Sean, didn't Adam say Bilderston will struggle this season?
Listen, like, we were having banter at the start of the season, Sean, because they couldn't win and they were struggling. And I thought, oh my goodness, I expected them to do so well. And then it was all going wrong. but I had every faith in them, Sean, and I just knew they'd come back, and I knew they'd tee something up with Ipswich Wanderers where no doubt they'll go on and it'll be a very close affair. I've dug a big hole with that.
Lake and Heath looks strong, says Ben. Kit's already in 5 minutes. Love that. Got Wanderers written all over it this cup. And Dean says, I agree. Do you know what was brilliant, Adam? Whilst I bring the graphic off screen here, the Bilderston lads used a couple of clips from our show, and they also used an interview that Trimley were on Radio Suffolk.
I've heard about
talking about how when they win, when they get to the final, etc. And he played those messages to everybody in the changing room, and it got them really fired up for the game.
Massive credit to him, genuinely. Like, this is the furthest they've got as well, isn't it? Like, the boys are making history, and it doesn't matter if it's a semi-final, but that game against Wanderers, Wanderers will have to be on it.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Lake and Heath versus Wanderers would be a great final, says Jack. Wanderers were 2-0 up at half time. It could have been 4 or 5, then managed the second half very well. Blakey came on with 15 to go and got his customary goal.
What I understand is Blakey hasn't actually been able to train too much as yet. So that'll be more of a case of him trying to pick up a bit of fitness. So still got it, hasn't he?
Yeah, 100%. Shem, I can't rule Bilderston out after Saturday. The team spirit was impressive. Do you know what? As I said, half-time was very back and forth. Like, I sat there at half-time and I was like, there were chances going either way. This game could literally go any way. It just needs something to kind of spark it into life. The red card happened, and it just can't. It was really weird because obviously the red card went Bilderston's way. Yeah, it seemed to calm them down, whereas Trimley up to their level and went like they started playing like 100 miles an hour. And I said to a couple of boys next to me, like, if Trimley just dropped themselves down a gear, start passing it around a little bit, and try and make Bilderston work for it a little bit better, and just calm down for 5 minutes and just slow the pace down a bit, they could have had that game. But they didn't. They started rushing things. They were making silly mistakes. They were trying too much. Bilderston, as soon as they went down to 10, they calmed down. They went down a level, and they were clinical. They were unbelievably clinical, and then go on to win the game 2-0.
Did you manage to get the results together for the Norfolk Cup?
No, I haven't done that.
Do you know what they were? Do you know what? Did I send you what happened?
No, I'm sure you're about to tell me though.
So Wroxham put out a very, very strong side against goodness sake, against Mulbarton. Right. And Mulbarton won 4-0. Cool. And this is a Wroxham side that hasn't lost all season and has been proud about it and quite, they've really been going for it. And with Galston progressing as well, I think they would have had their eyes on a really exciting, tasty end to that competition. And Mulbarton have got in there and got the job done. Big hats off.
Like it.
To the Step 6 boys, because that's a major knockout.
Nice. No.
Holt and Lappin were in the squad, yeah.
Wanderers could win, but Bilderston and Lake and Heath could do very well as well. So let's bring up the graphic for the semi-finals, because although we don't have the date, time, and locations, they are still to be confirmed. The draw was made this morning at 11 o'clock. So it's Bilderston versus Ipswich Wanderers and Framlingham versus Lake and Heath. Absolutely massive for Bilderston to get that tie. That's, I'm sure they would have preferred to have one of the other two teams, although they would never admit it. But that's a big tie, a really big game to go to. Fram versus Lake and Heath, though, could potentially on paper be a very, very tasty game. Yeah. Adam, can I ask for your predictions, or you're not going to make them, are you? Or are you? Let us know in the comment section, everyone.
I think we're on for a Wanderers Lake and Heath final, but I don't. With Wanderers having to go away to Bilderston are going to make that hard, and I don't. That's not. I think that'll be a decent game. Framlingham have always been such an up and down team, but Lakenheath just seem to be scoring goals when it matters. And in terms of like Charlie in goal, I think he's one of the better sort of people to have between the sticks at the moment. He seems to be on fine form. Oh, good point, actually, Dan. Yeah, it's neutral venue, so that's going to make it even harder.
It is, yeah. All of these will be. That is the problem at the moment, because they are going to be at neutral venues. We haven't been able to get an official confirmation about where the dates and times will be.
That's a shame for Bilderston, because if that could have been at home for Bilderston, goodness. But if Bilderston were to beat Wanderers, that would be one hell of a story. It really would.
Yeah. Yeah, Dean, very agree with that. Wanderers will not like. Well, again, it's going to be a neutral venue, but if it was,
yeah, I've messed up on that one, so sorry.
Yeah, that would be very tough. Ben has said Lakenheath Wanderers final for me. Wanderers will probably be the only Ipswich team that could win a Carrow Road. I'm not going to possibly comment, mate, because if I do, I'll get in trouble.
Just imagine their social media if that was to happen.
Yeah. Stowmarket will be a neutral venue for Bilderson, but again, I don't know what their pitch regulations and stuff like that is at the moment.
Stow have completely refurbished their pitch, haven't they?
Exactly.
So I don't know if that's actually playable as a surface.
This is half the problem that Suffolk FA are going to have now, is that a lot of people have already started on their groundworks already. So what venues are actually going to be available? We'll need to wait and see.
Portman Road is due to have a complete refurb on the pitch side of things, is what I've been told.
Again, don't know whether or not the finals are going to be at Portman Road. It's literally just a wait and see from that side of things. Nothing against Ipswich Wanderers, but I would love to see Bilderston win that. What a story, says Luke.
It would be a story for the SIL as well, wouldn't it?
It would be nice to have an SIL versus Furlough None, which is what I've kind of got accustomed to over the last few years.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I hope Steve doesn't kill me for that comment, but we'll move on. Hadley then says Shem, again, potentially an option.
Hadley is always an option, isn't it, for these games?
Sudbury's an option. Dan, hopefully one game on the Friday, one on the Saturday. We can both go to 100%. I would love that. Suffolk FA, make it happen if you're watching this. I'm guessing you mean Whitton United for Wanderers versus Bilderson. That is, again, potentially an option. I've said all along that Bilderson are an underrated team and have come on leaps and bounds over the past few seasons. Is it cost effective to open 2 stands to allow social distancing at Portman Road? Don't know, honestly. Luke, the cab is free. Yes. Let's all get down to first and pack the place.
To be honest, Dan, like Town recently have been social distancing without it being a government regulation, the numbers they've had in there. So I don't think they'll worry too much.
Yeah. Just play them both at Whitton Sports Centre, says Dan. That is potentially an option. We'll see.
I have shared the wheel.
Do you want to do it now before we move on to the other?
Oh, let's do it. Everyone's absolutely psyched for this wheel. 32 entries that I've accurately typed in there in the end rather than copying and pasting, because whilst copy and pasting did work, I could type quicker.
Right. Here we go then. So here is the wheel. We've got everybody's names in there. Everybody had their 5-minute window of opportunity. So first person that types go into the comment section will get the wheel underway. And Dan Barnard's already having flashbacks. He doesn't like it. First person to say
if he wins it, he'll love it.
Oh, yeah, very true. Yeah, very true. Final comment before we move on to the Suffolk Junior Cup. Be the best game down at Portman Road this season. Yeah, we've already got loads of people. Go. So, go on, Adam, my friend. All you need to do is click the wheel.
There we go.
I didn't even see you click it.
I'm stealthy.
Sidekick for sports. Wow.
Going out.
There we go.
Stu.
We have a winner.
That's fairly handy because it means I don't have to post it. So works well. And I'll be honest, the other day he dropped this shirt off to me. So
see, you're not helping yourself, mate. People are going to think that's fixed.
I didn't fix it. I can't fix it, can I? Goodness me. It wasn't a fix.
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. So yeah, congratulations, well done. Yeah, it's a see. I told you straight away. Fix. Adam Potter fixed straight away. Everyone's saying.
Goodness sake.
Oh dear me. Fix.
I'm out.
Well done, everyone. You've ruined his birthday. Congratulations. Oh God, Jesus Christ, Luke! Don't start. Yeah, accepting bribes again. First mince pies, and now this.
We've only just made friends with him again. I will be honest. There is actually one thing. The one thing I will say with this, Stu, are you still in the chat?
Make yourself known.
Very quickly.
The kits are in. I can't wait to show you those. I'll have a look at those in a moment.
Stu's gone to bed.
Right. There we go. That comment's killed me. Absolutely killed me. Anyway, let's
We're
move
not
on.
blocked anymore. We don't need this.
No.
Get out of the chat, Luke. Oh yeah, it's a medium. Right, he's up for a redraw.
Right, go on then. Right, we're gonna do a redraw. We don't want to be accused of fixing things on this show. You know.
I'll tell you what though, whoever wins it this time round, I'm not even putting a postage stamp on it. You can pay for it yourself.
Should we have done it? Should we have done it so people have to pay for this, like other shows? There's a food for thought.
No thanks, James.
Right.
That would be barbaric.
Let's do well, yeah. Let's do it then. Come on. Let's have a redraw, people. 3, 2, 1, and go.
It's gonna be Sidekick for Sports again.
Yeah, it probably will be.
There you go, Alex.
Alex has won it. Oh, look down.
Look at that, Dan. Look at that, Dan. Should we leave this on the screen just like this because it's pretty funny?
Dan.
Oh,
Dan.
God, Dan.
He's never coming back, is he? He's never going to come back on the show.
I'm trying to work out which screen my mouse is on. That was confusing.
Oh my God.
Absolute banter. Stu, thanks for putting it back in for the redraw. That's appreciated.
Jesus. Wow. Okay. It's like Christmas, says Alex. The Barnard wheel strikes again. Dan and a wheel. I'm so sorry, mate. I'm so sorry. I really stop laughing.
Genuinely, that was like a script.
Yes. It really was. Oh my God.
Do you know what though? When Stu got pulled the first time, Ben was next on the wheel. And that would have been 2 shirts in 2 weeks for him.
Oh God, I actually feel so sorry for him. I know I'm laughing, but I really do feel sorry for him. Oh Jesus Christ.
There will always be another wheel, Dan, so you can try again.
Very, very true.
I might have a spare donut going free or something, Dan, if you want that for my birthday. So we could try another wheel for a donut if you want.
Oh,
Craig Chidlow with the absolute worst news for people.
Senior Cup final won't be at Portman Road. We had an email last week. Oh,
got it.
Oh, never mind. Anyway, let's do the Junior Cup results then. So here are some of the fixtures over the course of this weekend. So we had Puddlebrook losing 4-1 to Brandon Town. Stowe Falcons beating Saxmundham 2-0. Sporting, the favourites, winning 4-1 against Colton Colville.
James.
I shouldn't have said it. I regretted it the moment it left my mouth. Curtin, Neil, Mutford and Renfrew 3. Adam, stand out. What game stands out for? I'm really keen to see what Brandon Town are about. So if I can get to a game of theirs soon, I would love to go and watch them just to kind of broaden my knowledge on other clubs in Suffolk, because they look, and some of their results have been pretty impressive. So I'd like to go and see them.
Dean's comment. That's my humour.
Yes. Yeah.
What a way to look like you're going to win every game you ever play. Put a silly number after your name. No, like Falcons are marching on, aren't they? You obviously gave them a little bit of a word in the ear, saying that you'd be back to film for the final. It's another good win. We're being told consistently that Mutford are a very, very good side and continuing to prove it.
Yep, definitely.
I think it has to be Sporting's year, but there are other, like we say, we are being told that Mutford are an incredibly good team.
Yep, and Brandon, I'm being told Brandon as well, to be fair. Really am.
Jack, that's local football for him in the chat, and yeah.
Beatrix Potter won't be happy with a 4-1 defeat. I quite like that sense of humour. I quite like that. Fair play, Shem. Sporting for me, says Dean. Stowe Falcons all the way. Mutford are decent, says Luke. So here are the results. The draws rather for the semi-final. So it is Mutford versus Brandon and Stowe Falcons versus Sporting 87. So again, when we know where the locations are, the dates and the times, again, if they can be separated, I will try and cover both games because they look very, very good.
That Mutford Brandon one can't be at DIS, can it? Because it's got to fall under Suffolk FA's jurisdiction. I think DIS is under Norfolk. Haven't we had this before? I know there was a year where they did do it, but I think normally they wouldn't use DIS. I think, yeah. So there is that, but that's a game I'm interested in going to. But maybe both teams will have to travel a little bit.
Yeah, potentially. Sporting versus Mutford final, says Dean. Sporting versus Brandon final. Sorry, Sam. I'm guessing you're referring to Sam Bobby there.
Falcons are going to have a lot of ammo here for their dressing room. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, 100%. Having played both Sporting and Mutford this year, I'd play Sporting above them, says Luke.
Good grief.
He says only just on there.
Missiles incoming in Twitter this week.
Yeah. Anglian Com versus SIL final, says James. That would be great. Separate Friday and Saturday from the Senior Cup would be good. Beckles or Bungay for the Brandon game is a potential option. Sim is already saying 3-0 Falcons. I love
Go on, lads. Let's get it out there early.
You at one, Adam, at the other. Film them both and have a Soccer Saturday special.
James would be like Jeff Stelling.
That would actually
been a goal, James. Has there?
Has there? That would actually involve Adam leaving the house, Ben. So
it's not happening. Absolutely rooted to the spot.
Slim Stowe to win, just so I can say we was knocked out by the champions. That's a fair point.
Well, to be fair, Alex, you've been knocked out by semi-finalists, so
yeah. There's a sidekicks. Probably Ipswich will be 1 hour for both teams. Yeah, potentially. So yeah, there are the semi-final fixtures. Again, once we know dates, times, locations, etc., we will announce that obviously in due course.
That's a really exciting draw, though, for me. Underlining all of that, a really good, exciting draw.
Yeah, exactly. And then just to let everybody know, there is we have got some quarter-final action going on this weekend. Which is involving the Suffolk Primary Cup. And now we're at the quarter-final stage. I thought it'd be good to put some fixtures up onto the screen here. So we've got Bromford versus Grunsborough Reserves, Claretown versus Whitehorse, Laxfield versus Haverhill Town Blue. And we've either got Leiston A or Ipswich Exiles versus Walsham Llewellows. That game is actually being played this week. So if anybody is looking for a game to go to, Ipswich Exiles versus Leiston A is available this week. So
what? Have you written that wrong? Is it Ipswich Exiles or Walsham Llewellows that needs sorting out?
I can't remember. I can't remember. Let me go onto the Suffolk FA's website and just double check. I'm pretty sure what I've wrote is correct. So it could be Ipswich Exiles versus Walsham Llewellows. Let me just double check because Adam's.
That's how you'd normally read a fixture.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me find out. Just waiting for the Primary Cup to load up.
Anyone know too much about Clare, FC Whitehorse, which is obviously
again? Yeah, would love to hear it. To hear it.
Laxfield or Haverhill Town Blue.
Yeah.
Exiles have called off on Walsham. So is that a walkover for Walsham? It's from Luke Riley. Anyone that knows, that'd be handy.
Exiles called off. Wow. Yeah, that was supposed to be happening. That was supposed to be happening Wednesday. But that game, by the sounds of things, has been called off. So, yes, it will be Leiston A at home versus the winner of that tie. So, yes, it will be Walsham Le Willows. Walsham Le Willows B. So, there we go. Oh, right. Sorry. He's saying it was called off last week, but it is actually happening Wednesday. Oh, Jesus Christ, mate. So, again, if anybody wants to go to a game, there is that option available. Everyone is saying that Bromford versus Grandsborough looks like a tasty game. So yeah, that potentially probably is going to be the tie of the round on that particular weekend. We've got some other fixtures from the previous discussions going on. Haverhill have an under-18 side. Claire, a load of office workers who moan. Jesus.
All right, getting the boots stuck in there. Jack sounds like he's reading out a Tinder profile and giving his diagnosis. Claire sounds nice.
Kerr play in the Cambridgeshire League, says James. Good bit of knowledge there, my man. Well done. Well done. Yeah, Jacko and Claire sounds nice.
Does Claire play away much?
God's sake. Again, all those guys need to do is just play these clips, and like their motivation is right through the roof for getting to the final, isn't it? Jesus Christ.
The thing is, this is where we need to get involved with broader spectrum coverage, which is going to be a bit more in our gift next season with trying to get more people involved in reporting back to us what is happening with games, which will lead us nicely on, James, to the website.
The website? You actually expect me to have that ready? Jesus Christ.
Goodness, I'll tell you, tonight we are primed, queued up. I was going to have a really good guest on here tonight as well. It's a good job I haven't sent them this show as the example of what we do. As long as you're all having fun. I mean, this is birthday bonanza. That's all got a beer, bit of cake. I'm enjoying myself. That's all that matters.
Whilst the website is loaded up, 6:45 kickoff for the other game. Yes, I agree. Jesus, Shem. I heard Claire likes long balls into the box. Bloody hell.
He's got all of them, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I bet he can't wait for the pubs to open next week.
Jesus, Claire rides one. God's sake, you lot. Jesus.
In a minute, we're going to get someone on from Claire that's like, we are a good football team. Please take us seriously.
Deary me. So, right, let me share my screen here. So, go on, Adam. Talk to everybody about the launch of our new website.
We are live.
Yay. It's taken a while, but we are there.
We thank Clabber Creative so much for helping us with this. So, SuffolkNonLeagueShow.co.uk is registered. It is our domain. We have a website which is going to be the base of the big plans that we have got coming forward. I don't really want to give loads of that away because that could ruin things for ourselves. But this will allow people to interact on a much broader basis, so everyone can be part of what goes out, basically, longer term. And it's going to mean that the community becomes more a part of what goes on the show every week. And it's not a case of just relying on you. It's a case of bringing everyone into it. It will have details of videos that we do. So if you send in and we can collaborate with other videos eventually and other highlights. Oh, the Only Kits. Oh, no. Yeah. No, we haven't had time on that one. But yeah, there's a bit of stuff on here at the moment. It's going to link to all of our videos. You can watch everything straight out of there. Got details of all of our supporters and our sponsors. And it's going to be another way of us just reaching out and getting everyone involved. And this will be your way to contact us and in the future join in on a considerably more significant basis. And we're really excited about it.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, it's like I said, there's going to be I'll put the link to it in the chat. But yeah, there's going to be far more to go through and announce as we get into the summer. But yeah, we're really excited by that launch. Again, massive thank you to Clabber Creative, who are one of our sponsors for the show. They've taken this on and looked after it with our input as well. But yeah, honestly, I can't describe the things that we've got planned for this summer, for next season, but it's going to be big. It's going to be big. That's all I can kind of tell you. Everything that you used to get from non-league football, you're going to get on this site. That's all I'm going to say.
It will happen again.
We'll keep Sturm, but for those of you who know what it was like back in the day, this site is going to be that and more. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Should be good. But yeah, if you want to go check it out, save it as one of your bookmarks, etc. You can keep refreshing it on a regular basis. Happy days.
We're going to try and change those were the days in non-league football to these are the days, basically, and actually make things happen and put East Anglia on the map is the plan. Besides that, the matchday experience is about to be, well, overhauled is a small way of putting it. New sounds, new vision.
Yep.
James is actually going to transfer off of a mobile phone onto a video camera.
Because as much as fun as it is using this bad boy to record the games, moving forward, we have now got proper equipment, which I'm really excited to be using moving forward. So yeah,
things are going to be excited.
Massive changes. We don't sit still on this channel. We don't stagnate. We don't just, we don't just rest on our laurels. We keep making improvements and we keep investing all the money that we get into the show back out of it as well. So if you want to help back continue to grow, as I always say at the beginning, the Ko-fi links, the Patreon stuff, the one-off donations on here via the super chat, it all makes a difference and it all goes back into what you get out at the end of it. So, the more people can put in and prepared to put towards the show, the more we can present out, which is exactly what we want moving forward. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. We'll have more stuff to announce as we get on into the season, pre-season rather, and as we move on into the summer. But yeah, really looking forward to that. Before we do the Super Six, let me show you the concept kits that have been created by Matchday Marketing. Let me bring those up onto my screen. So the first one that we had is Woodbridgetown. What do you make of that?
Love the red. How much does it make that stand out? He's just used the badge and accentuated it nicely. It's really good. Really,
what do people
really
make of that? I like that. Sorry, I'm just bringing up a few comments from people that were posted about our website.
Connor, without Connor, he's brought our ideas to life. We threw some words at him and he's made it happen. So if you need a website, just please use Clubber. It's so important.
We don't just get people on the show for the sake of it. We do our research and we know what they're about. Clabber is absolutely fantastic. So if you need any help with websites or whatever the case may be, get involved with them. Luke, how have you grown so much in a pandemic? Amazing work, fair play. And it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning because next season is going to be absolutely mental. Dean, nice for the. It's going to cost me, Stu. For fuck's sake, says Shem. I like that kit. That's really, really smart.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the different width stripes. I nearly said the word girth in that context.
That's a very good birthday, my friend. That's a very good birthday if you're mentioning that.
But yeah, awesome. I really, really like it. The logo looks good as well. I mean, yeah. You do your research first. I screwed over any chance of me being on the show. Mate, no. Imagine that with a red collar. Oh, goodness me. We're requesting edits here, Luke.
There you go. I like it. Keep those suggestions coming in. Although he probably won't say the same thing. Here is an Ipswich Wanderers kit.
Nice.
I quite like that.
Subtle, isn't it?
Yeah, I quite like that.
It's got that bit. It really calls back to old ITFC again, doesn't it? With the little bit of red in the collar.
For God's sake, Ben.
Imagine winning that kit on the wheel. I mean, these are things to think about in the future. And yeah, these comments, classic and classy. That's what this one is. It's
Dean needs some more white.
Where would it go?
Stu's getting some editing. Get some editing in, but where could you put something?
The
Maybe.
thing is, I think like Wanderers Kit this season probably had a bit too much white for me. And it's a different colour blue. I really like that colour blue.
No, I like it. Maybe get some sort of reds, maybe along the bottom here.
Oh, a little red seam.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
I could never wear it. That made me look so fat when that red stretched out.
So that is the third kit. Absolutely love that on there. And then here is the third one. So this was for Brandon Town. I like that. That's really nice.
That's very individual, isn't it?
Does love do love a little bit of a fade, don't you, Adam?
Yeah, love a fade, but also the fact that you haven't got the same continuing pattern across the whole thing. So to sort of change it a little bit, it's good. I like it a lot.
Dean is loving it. Yeah, Slim, absolutely fine, mate. Post into the chat, no problem with that whatsoever. Nice, but two Suffolk Wanderers needs a Blakey special. Yeah, fair enough. Out of the three, Adam, which one are you feeling? For me, I think it's the Woodbridge one.
It's Woodbridge, definitely Woodbridge for me.
I think this is the winner.
I don't know if I keep getting drawn into the ones that have got our logo on them as the sponsor, though, which I'm very conscious of because I did like the other two, but yeah, this is very nice.
Yeah, no, I like it. So Adam, Super Six, talk to me about what happened this week. We'll round up tonight's show on that one, unless anybody else has got any other topics and talking points they want us to go through afterwards. I know we actually do have one small thing to talk about after the Super Six, but let's get a Super Six over and done with whilst we've got still people in the chat. So, what happened this week?
So what happened this week was I was really busy because it was my anniversary at the weekend, so I didn't do it until just before the show started. So didn't have too much time to analyse it. But big hats off to Ben Moore, who done another 7-pointer.
Nice.
And
nice.
If his whole season form was anything like the last 6 weeks averaging, he'd be giving spreads a really good run for his money.
Nice.
So yeah, it's.
Should we bring up the weekly ones? Because I know you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to see it because your name's on the top 10, and you know.
Me?
Yeah, you got 6 points, James.
No way.
Yes way.
Oh, but I didn't enter the previous week.
No,
you've
done what we call a Sean.
I've done a Sean
where you get a good score and then don't enter one week. But Michael getting those consistent. Oh, for goodness sake.
Sidekick, when you say you didn't do it on your anniversary, can you elaborate just for those of you who are listening to this on podcast versions afterwards? Yes, love that. Okay, go on. Sorry, carry on.
Absolutely distracted. Yeah, everyone's sort of evening out, having a good week, a bad week. Right. You can see it sort of on one side to the other. So not much in it at the moment. 8 points. It's quite often that people score that in 1 week. So yeah, it's like Dan has said, there are some low scores in the total columns.
Yes.
So this is well up for grabs. Just one last time for this week. Obviously, non-league vlogs provided the shirt that we've given out earlier tonight. That's gone to Alex. But that came through non-league football shop. This is the 4th month that they've done this for us, and they've given great prizes out that I know people have been massively appreciative of. But a huge thanks to them. And if you can even just give their Twitter handle a follow, or just go and have a look at them. They're doing great things because they're buying their shirts from non-league clubs. If you want to try and get your club out there a bit more, and you've got stock of shirts that you can sell, even match-worn ones, they will consider taking them off you and give money back to the club. These are an absolutely incredible resource and you know, like all of a sudden you've got a person that buys your kit, gets it in a mystery box or buys it off the hanger, and you've got a follower that's miles away and someone else looking out for you and following on social media and doing a bit more for you.
Nice. There you go. And again, massive thank you to those guys who have supported the show over the past few months, etc. And Ben, tops are also nice as well, which is a very good show. Very good shout. So we don't have the overall table to show you because of how busy Adam has been. But this week's Super Six is a bit different. We have got a bit of a mixture of games in as the regular season is over for the Championship, League One and League Two. So we have got 3 games from the Primary Cup, which is Bromford, Claretown and the Laxfield games. We've also got an FA Cup tie with Chelsea versus Leicester. So we take a massive jump up. We have got a Premier League game and we also have a National League game. So a real wide variety of games in here. I will be very interested to see who can predict these sets of results. It could be a brilliant watch for next week's show. So yeah, Bromford.
my money's on a big score for Craig Chidlow, who, as we've said before, goes 2-1 all the way down.
Yeah. That could be it. Having looked at some of those games, actually, he could be in with a fair shout on that one. Claire is getting about. Says
she's been on a lot tonight, hasn't she, Jack?
Yeah, she has. Yeah. Have I spelled Yeovil wrong? Jesus Christ! But for someone who actually really likes Yeovil, that's really bad for me. Apologies. There you go.
You'll be someone that really likes Sesame Street by next week, mate. If you carry this on.
How's that for a reset? Shem, not sure if Claire can keep a clean sheet. Jesus, Shem.
This has been brutal tonight.
Poor Claire. They've got so much ammunition moving forward. So yeah, the Super Six link is available in the chats. Go over there and get it done. Alex has already done his. Absolutely love that commitment. He is on it straight away every single week.
He's always an early riser.
Steady. Just because it's your birthday. Calm down. Dean, bloody hell, man. You lot are on absolute fire tonight. So yeah, get involved. Super Six, as always. Get your predictions in, and we will read them out next time. So, one other small news item before we do leave. You may well have seen that. If I bring it up on the screen here as well before we disappear too much. The news coming out of Thetford Town is that they have announced that John Taylor, who is a former Cambridge United player, is now going to be part of the coaching team moving into next season. So thank you to the guys over the Suffolk News for allowing us to share their page this evening. What do you make of that appointment, Adam? Good to get some experience in the team.
Bags of experience. Thetford, I'm sure Matt won't mind me saying it as well, that they're going to be woefully disappointed with how the last season went also and how things are. And I'm sure he's got big aspirations for that team. And I know, he's somebody that wants to win. So getting somebody in with that sort of level of experience, that sort of level of knowledge, someone that he's worked with and done really well with at Walsham as well, absolutely brilliant signing for him. He said this is someone that he's been following for a while. But before we sort of stop and say how good an appointment that is for Thetford, that's going to be great in terms of pulling power for getting players in. People are going to want to be working with people like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So great news for Thetford, and it's that's a real plus for them. So Taylor, who scored 86 league goals for Cambridge for more than 330 appearances across 2 spells, has previously managed Mildenhall, Long Melford and Newmarket. So again, he's not somebody who's just dropping down for the sake of dropping down into non-league football. He's somebody who has experience at this level of the game as well, which again is going to be very crucial moving forward as well. Good appointment. Good knowledge to kind of draw on, and hopefully it works out well for them. Some really encouraging coaching appointments happening across local football. A couple of weeks back we were speaking about Stowmarket and their coaching appointment. Thetford are coming out, and I'm sure we'll see lots more movement. Really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Shem, Dion Dublin and Steve Clouch will be getting their boots on ready. I'll tell you what, before we round up tonight's show,
as long as Dion Dublin brings his music cube with him, I'll be there. The Jube.
What's the thing he does on Homes Under the Hammer? Now we go into the kitchen or something like that. I can't remember. There's that whole video sequence.
You know what, James?
Into the kitchen.
Talk to me about you watching Homes Under the Hammer, mate. Do you follow? Do you follow that up with Loose Women, or how does your day go?
No. Homes Under the Hammer is a great program. I'm not having anyone say any bad words about Home Under the Hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big fan of Stacey Solomon and people like that on daytime TV as well.
No, they can get in the bin. But OG Sanch. Also, I've just left the manager post at Witnesham. If you know anyone that wants to take over the role, please message Witnesham on Twitter. Wow. Okay.
Just don't get Alex involved because he would never be able to say who he's talking to. I'm
delighted to be able to take over at Wasps.
Yeah.
There you go. Wow. Did not know that. Was that announced earlier on Twitter today? I didn't even see that. No, nothing's been announced, but fair enough. Fair play, mate. Yeah, if anybody's interested in the role, go over to Twitter and contact them directly.
Inspiring managers.
Very interesting. Very interesting. So before we round up, I'm going to give people a few minutes in the chat before we disappear. If you've got any questions you want to ask Adam, because it's his birthday, we'll do a very, very small Q&A. Any questions you want to ask Adam? I didn't even tell him I was going to do this, but if you've got any questions that you want to ask Adam, get them in the chat right now. No, don't disappear. Oh, don't disappear. There you go. Homes Under the Hammer, top show. Breaking news live on the Suffolk Non-League show. Wasps just says Slim on there. Hope for the better next season. Was difficult watching last year. Great signing. Dan just says, Adam, why the wheel?
Well, what I wasn't going to put like balls in a hat or something. I don't know.
Later on, that's the other birthday treat.
Oh, good grief! That'll be a look. I don't really know what other way there was to do it. And the wheel seems to.
It goes down well.
Yeah, clearly, anyone that's near your name on the wheel, Dan, can get excited about a win. That's the way we'll look at this going forward.
Ben Moore asked, "What is the best football memorabilia that you have had?" What a question.
I got sent I suppose one of the best things I had was when I was a kid, I went on a tour of Wembley and there were some players in the medical wing and I got some autographs on a piece of paper, which was quite special then. And the only reason I was in the medical wing was because like an absolute melt, I had a bit of a headache and needed to sit down and ruin the Wembley tour for my dad. Right. I've never been a big memorabilia collector at all.
No, it's not really been something that I've been particularly bothered about either. But fair enough on that one. Nice question. Adam, you want to take over as Witnesham manager's role?
Mate, I can't even get out of the house on a Saturday at the minute.
It's true. He doesn't even. If he can't join me for a match day experience, he's got no chance of managing an actual team.
The other big thing is the whole project Witten, we'll call it at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's very much my focus. Because if I can work with James to achieve for that club what I'd love to achieve.
If we can crack that.
That's going to be a fantastic thing to focus on.
Yeah, definitely. Slim, Adam, who's your barber?
Either Finley or Kate. Finley likes doing it for me.
Does he really?
Yeah, he's just a little bit wild. Sometimes the shears sort of start to go over a long way down my back or around the front of my head. So eyebrows have to be covered.
Shem has said, who will win the League One playoffs, Adam?
That won't be Ipswich, will it? Do you know what?
You've got Blackpool, Sunderland, Lincoln, and Oxford. I'm going to throw a name in here who I think is going to win it as well, but I'll let you answer first.
Blackpool are on a late resurgence. Have done well, but I think Sunderland, they just need to get it done now.
Oxford. My money's on Oxford.
Best of luck. I'm not putting money on anyone.
No, I'm saying Oxford. They're my team to do it.
I want Sunderland out of that league for Ipswich's sake, but
I know
they've got like 60 million to spend, haven't they? If they go up, which is mental.
You think about it. Next season, who did you have coming down? You got Sheffield Wednesday coming down. You've got Wickham and Rotherham, who are both pretty good, both got pretty decent teams. You've got potentially Sunderland and Oxford. Oxford have got quite a bit of money behind them as well. You've got Charlton and Portsmouth still in that division. It's not going to be as easy as what some Ipswich fans are making out to be.
Yeah.
In terms of just absolutely romping the league. Like, you haven't done it this season, and you've had a pretty decent team. Like, some can argue about certain individuals, etc., but it's not going to be as easy as what people are making it out to be. So
nope. And we need to not build our hopes up massively highly for a one league wonder.
Of course they will. Of course Ipswich fans will. It's what they do. They get over
100 points, 100 goals, HMS pissed the league, all the rest of it. Get off it.
Dan Barnard. Now, we want to see another Suns Until We Die series. Seatown on there for next season.
It'd be good to get Ipswich on something like that, but I also think those documentaries aren't the best for the club. I'm partially against them in terms of the club. Like,
I quite like them. I really enjoy the Sunderland one. I have to admit,
they're good to watch, but they've backfired on most teams that they've been.
Oh God, yeah.
Was it Tottenham all or nothing? Well, that was nothing.
I haven't seen that one, to be honest. It's on Ben. Ben just says, "I'm not expecting anything next season."
I think that's the best thing to go into. If he's being serious, don't expect anything next season. Someone said, "Who would I like Ipswich to sign?" If I'm being honest, it's not about who I want them to sign. It's the strategy I want them to employ. I don't want them going out spending money on players.
Loads of journeymen and stuff.
Yeah, I don't want that. I want them to find the players that have been released, find the players that are going to fit Paul Cook's style.
Yeah.
I don't want players that Ipswich have played for Ipswich before. And it's all this whole Martin Waghorn stuff. Yeah, he's good, but let's stop thinking about bringing back who's done all right before, and let's realise that there's more than about 40 players on the market. I think someone was saying Connor Wickham mid-season. I mean, for goodness sake, like, let's have a look and build a team. Like, hopefully go young. We've proven that youth football at Ipswich is still alive. So yeah.
The meltdown from people. And what I found was actually quite true. Somebody did make a very, very, very valid point. I'm going to see if I could try and bring his tweet up, because I don't want to misquote him, because I thought it was a fantastic point. Where is he? So Kieran said, a few folk that took a few days off for social media abuse are now slagging off Drinnan. Practice what you preach. It's a very, 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 very valid point. And I don't know. I think people need to just realise that they're actually talking about a human being. And I know it's very easy as football fans to kind of get lost in that world.
The problem with Drinnan is that we don't know what has gone before in the way that he's been coached and what he's been asked to do. I think he's had a very, very poor season.
He's coached by Paul Lambert, for Christ's sake. I mean, what were you expecting?
But I don't think
Paul Lambert's a god-awful coach.
I don't think a club are going to take that decision lightly. At the end of the day, he isn't going to cost very much money. And if he's a backup or someone to chuck on in the dying embers of a game when you just need someone to chase around like a headless chicken, he does that quite well, to be fair.
Yeah. Irv has asked, how has Jackson been given another year?
They'll sell him.
Do you reckon?
100%. They've done that to just get a little bit of money on him.
James, have you seen him playing? Irv looks better on that. Look, I'm not saying he's I'm not saying he's either a good or a bad player, but I think the attitude of we're going to take a social media boycott because of the abuse that people receive online, and then to just go full pelters in on someone because they've been offered a new contract by the club. It's just double standards. That's the thing that's odd is that you either sit on one side of the fence or you sit on the other. You don't flip flop around from. That's my personal opinion on it.
I think people expected him to be heavily used if he was going to be maintained in the team. So it must be for development reasons, or they see that they'll be able to sell him for a small amount of money.
Yeah, make a little bit back on it. I don't know. Maybe. Ipswich Town, do you think our under-18s can win the Youth Cup?
I'd love them to, but Liverpool ain't going to be an easy task, is it?
No, really not. Jackson will be sold.
Yeah, I think so.
Rumour is that Cole, you may want some of Ipswich's cast off. Look, if they can get a hold of Cole Scouse, if they can get a hold of Luke Chambers and co, like, They've still got a lot to. I still think they've got some stuff to offer down at League Two level.
I believe Chambers has got a lot to offer. I think Skuse now, after the injuries he's had this season, maybe, and I may be talking out of turn, but I think Skuse may be at a point where I'm not sure how much he's got left in him. The big one for me is obviously Keenan Bennett's loan came to an end, and he looks like a footballer that is so out of his depth. I don't know if anyone watched, but he came on, he got subbed off. Everything he did looked really wayward. And the one time he put a pass into Norwood, I kid you not, the commentator said, I don't think Norwood was expecting him to do a good pass, so that's the reason why he missed it. But he's apparently on 18 grand a week, and there must be a good player in there somewhere.
Sean has asked, Adam, what's your favourite goal?
My favourite goal? God, I always think back to World Cups from when I was younger and stuff like that. Roberto Carlos absolutely swazzing free kicks in, things like that. But yeah, I can't beat, like when I was younger, like watching, I think it was an FA Cup game when Peter Schmeichel came up. I can't remember who it was, and scored a goal in the dying moments, like stuff like that. Because I used to play in goal, it was just like hero stuff, and it made you play poorly as a player, because when you're young and impressionable, you think you can get up for corners. But and when you think back to decision making as an adult, you'd be if you're a young kid that was running up there, tried to get up there just to score a goal, you'd be screaming your head off at him.
Ben is won a competition. Look, well, he's on 15 grand a week for a reason. There must be something about him that, do you know what I mean? So yeah,
didn't Jackson actually win a contract in a competition?
I don't know. Dan, Adam, Ben has asked what's the best punch up on the pitch you've seen?
Oh, for goodness sake. I'm out.
That's it.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, Dan. That's the thing to go away with today.
Yeah, we'll round up the show on that one. Look, guys, absolutely fantastic show. I've enjoyed it, loved every second of it. So, just to let everybody know, there isn't going to be a show next Monday. It is my wife's birthday next Monday, and with everything kind of opening and doing all of the different bits and pieces, we can start going to different places. I'm going to be using that Monday to spend quality time with her.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what you're going to be using it for. Carry on.
Yeah. So we don't know yet, but we are going to be picking a different day for the show to be airing. So we don't know which day it will be, but we can. It won't be next Monday. We'll have a bit of a think throughout the week, and we'll discuss with our various bosses on what day might be appropriate. But we will be announcing in due course what day this show will be airing, but it won't be Monday.
Can anyone blitz a preference for days into the chat now?
Yeah, if there's a particular day you'd rather us do, let us know down in the comments right now. I mean, that's a valid point, Jack. It can't clash with Homes Under the Hammer. So yeah. Slim, please not a Wednesday. Do it live at the pub, says Ben.
Well, Steve was saying about doing it live from a club when they open. I'm not against that idea if we can be sure that the internet connection would be right and we can connect up.
Yeah. Potentially. Everyone at Tuesday, we've got Thursday, Sunday, not Wednesday. Everyone's saying basically Wednesday's kind of off the books, but there's potential for either Tuesday or the first. Again, we'll announce it. We'll announce it in due course.
Await announcement of show on Wednesday.
Thursday, depending on time. Look, we'll announce something. We'll announce something soon. Do the wheel. No. Oh, that's a good shout. Do it from the Witten Shed.
I'm sure we could arrange that at one point.
Sure we could do. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining in with tonight's show. It's been a really, really good show. We do appreciate everybody who gets involved in the comment section and everyone who does whatever they do for the show. It's been fantastic. Adam, any words you want to say before we round up?
Thank you ever so much for the birthday wishes and birthday love. It's been very, very nice. So I'm off to enjoy all of the birthday champagne and everything that James has bought me. all of the gifts and the lavish presents, the sort of cuddly teddy bears with the hearts that they're holding. And I'll be back next week after James has given his wife an enjoyable time.
Lovely. What a way to round up the show.
I'm good at doing these roundups.
If anybody watches Family Guy knows this quote, Adam, your gift was the show. Anyway,
is there one more thing I can actually add on a sensible note?
Go on then.
Mental health this week has been brought to the forefront of the football community again, in a rather horrible way. Can we just urge people to reach out, and if you do want to talk to ourselves. If you want to talk to somebody but not us, we can direct you in the right way. We can sort of help point you in the right direction for people that would be right to talk to. So please don't be alone. Don't be afraid to talk. And, we're here to support a community and have a laugh at the end of the day. And all the jokes and everything else, we are still here to talk perfectly sensible.
Yeah. We might not have the answers. We might not know the right things to say, but if we can at least be there as somebody who can at least listen, if that's all you want, or if you, as Adam said, if you need us to kind of point you out in the right direction, we have plenty of people that we know. We have plenty of people that we know that we can turn to. Ipswich Town, I suffer with mental health. I have no idea who to turn to. A really good person.
My DMs are open, but yeah, go on, James.
Yeah, I would say if Dean's in the chat still, I'm not entirely sure if he is. But I know Dean was offering his services. Dean Cooper, find him on Twitter because he was offering his services, wasn't he, in terms of counselling and motivations and talks, etc. So reach out to Dean.
Suffolk Wellbeing is a very, very good service that I've used myself as well. If you search Suffolk Wellbeing Service on Google, you'll have a number that you can actually call, and you can refer yourself in and ask for support that way. And it doesn't have to go through a doctor. You can just explain to them how they're feeling, and they'll put things in motion. And they've got their own website, and that's all done through the NHS. And even if they just get you sort of on some courses and stuff that get you start thinking about things in a different way, that can really help change things. Don't just suffer. The sort of non-emergency contact number for them is 0300 123 1503.
Just read that out again, mate, just in case people didn't get that.
Yeah, so the wellbeing non-emergency contact number is 0300 123 1503. And if you feel like you're in more of a crisis situation, they will direct you via that number to the numbers that you should call via the Samaritans.
No worries, Ben. I'm glad we could help in some sort of way. Really appreciate that. Put the number in the chat. So again, if anybody needs any support or assistance, and feel free to contact those guys. But we'll do whatever we can, and we're just a DM away for any sort of help and support. But yeah, thank you so much for everyone for checking in with the show. We will announce next week's show in due course. But until next time, as always, everybody, have a good week. We will speak to each other very soon. Adios.